Also, Gyan, one thing which I really liked about when I was researching about you and going through your work is that you were a part of designing an app for the Prime Minister's office. So, can you tell us more about how did that happen and what was the process like?
Yeah, so that was a while ago. In 2015, some of my friends and I participated in an open competition to design and build an app for the Indian Prime Minister's office. There's this organization called MyGov, which is the Indian government's citizen participation wing. They do a lot of online stuff. They do competitions. Sometimes there's competitions to design logos for government agencies. Um, and in this case, they partnered with Google to run a competition where they wanted an app for the Prime Minister's office. And the first stage of this competition was just opening up opening this up to the general public and asking for ideas for what the public wanted to see in such an app. So say people wanted to be able to send letters to the prime minister, they wanted to be able to have complaints redressed, they wanted to be able to see what the prime minister is up to on his day to day, just see what different schemes the government has come out with. So they collected a lot. I think they had some 10,000 odd suggestions come in from people, and they selected some of these and created a requirements doc. And the second stage of this was, and I didn't participate in this, and I didn't know about this until later. But a later stage of the competition was once they already had sort of these features that they wanted to build, they opened it up as a competition for, and anyone could download this document and then submit wireframes for how they would build it out as a working application. And so this is a bit of a funny story, but one of my friends from school um, reached out and he asked if I wanted to go to the Taj for a free lunch that Google was hosting. And I was like, yeah, sure. I have an exam tomorrow, but who cares about exams? Let's go eat a free meal.
Yeah.
And this apart from the free lunch, there was also a talk by people at Google who were sort of trying to explain what the design process for an app is like, because in 2015, I guess this still wasn't as widely known as maybe it is now. Um, and so, and my friends and I already had a little bit of experience with doing things at hackathons. I'd done that one internship. I'd done my first internship and I'd designed screens for a website, so I had some idea of how this stuff was done. And most of the other people at the venues were just like older, like techie engineering type people, and looking around the room, we just felt like we might actually have a shot at this because it felt like everyone else was clueless, but we had some idea of what was going on. So we found a couple of other people. We created a team, and then we sent in our first round of wireframes. And we got through. We were selected in the top 10. 10 people. We were invited to give a presentation to a panel of people from the government and people from the industry. So we gave a more detailed talk of how we wanted to approach this. We had all sorts of things. We had, I think I remember one slide where we wrote something like, we have 25 combined years of experience between us, and when it's a 7-person team, that's like 3-4
Yeah.
years each. But and that's hackathon experience. But I feel like there was enough between the 7 of us that we were able to convince them that we weren't just kids playing around, and we had a real chance at being able to do this. And then we went from top 10 to top 5, and then our team came out as the final winners. And I think one other team was students, but everyone else was industry professionals. So I think just the fact that we took this so seriously and showed up for these meetings with like detailed presentations and stuff like, we have one person studying in the US, so we will have 24/7 availability. You can talk to us whenever if you have problems. So we just pitched really hard, and I think we managed to sell it to them. And so after that, however, even though we had our ideas about how we wanted to do things, the actual design and development took a year and a half. So there was a lot of back and forth. There were a lot of scalability, security, accessibility concerns. We had design reviews with the Google team. We had, I think, some of our team members went to Hyderabad to Google's campus there to review what we were trying to do. We had some online calls with Google's design team. We had meetings with government officials. So there was just a lot of back and forth about what we were trying to do. A lot of late feature suggestions that sometimes were just strange. I think I don't want to go into how strange some of those
Yeah.
ideas were. Uh, but but at the end of it, and so what motivated our team honestly was the fact that the winning team, once we developed this app and released it, was got a all expenses paid week-long trip to Google's headquarters in Mountain View, and as a bunch of nerds, that was like Disneyland. and and so we did that. Yeah, it took a really long time to design, develop, and get all our clearances. There was extensive security testing. There was load testing. We had to make sure we had to at some points translate the app ourselves into other languages because we wanted to support two languages at launch, and with more languages supported later on. And yeah, we did it, and then we went to California for a week. That was fun.